Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Foxcare, on the panel tonight. It's Bridgeman and JFK. Evening, boys.
Evening, Oxshare. Evening, Bridgeman.
Can I say a big good evening to you two guys on the panel? Huge good evening to the boys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
How are you doing, JFK?
I'm doing fine, mate. How are you? How are you, Bridge?
I'm excellent, pal. Thanks very much. I'm so happy about the result last night. You have no idea how happy I am. I'm flying, mate.
Yeah, me too, mate. Me too.
Oh, he's easy pleased, that man. Easy pleased. He's a good self, JFK, all right?
I'm fine, mate. Thank you. All right, nice and sunny up in Glasgow today for a change, but it's nice weather to have.
Makes a difference, doesn't it? Makes all
yeah,
the difference.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. Yeah.
All right. Just give us your thoughts on last night, mate.
Very, very professional performance without getting into top gear. Very pleased with the performance. I'm very pleased to see Greg Stewart get a start, but he kind of disappointed me. I think he was trying too hard at times. Didn't over-impress me, but he did his job. I think they gave the man of the match to Enes Hadji. I thought he had one of his better games for Rangers, but the man of the match for me was Alfredo. Even though it was a 45-minute performance, I thought his two goals were cracking goals, especially the second one. Overall, I'm very, very pleased, mate. We did what we had today with, we'll not call it a weakened team because we've got a big squad, but it wasn't just the players that were left in the bench. It was the players that were left either at home or in the stands because they weren't required on the night, which was good to see. So the gaffers used the squad very well last night. So I was very pleased about that. And good to see Big Griggsy back in goal again, give him a good run out. Very professional. I mean, Nunez could see his faltering at this step, and 5-0 didn't flatter us, you know. It could have been more than that, but I'm very, very pleased with the performance, mate. The guys done what they had today.
I agree with you. That's what I said. Professional. Wasn't the greatest watch because would you think 1.5 gears we get into? Is that fair?
Aye, I would say that, mate. Aye, we just barely into second gear, so there's a lot more to come, definitely.
You know, the goal for Tav, that was out. I'm not saying it was done, but it was pretty much there, wasn't it? As soon as we got the first goal.
Okay, you know, when Tav lined the ball up there, you knew that's where his favourite place is to put the ball in the onion bag. So it was, that was pleasing. And Big Golson's goal was a good goal. He's 6'5" and he's stooping to header. It was just quite comical, but he took it well. Every goal was a great goal. But it was 5-0. Didn't flatter us, mate. We thoroughly deserved it.
It's as if we played with something on just to see the game out, and I don't know. I don't mean to save the energy. I know that's a bit, but just make sure nobody gets up with Roof. Maybe got a wee muscle thing, and we'll hear about that.
Aye.
But
3-0 Oxford. 3-0 the game's done. And obviously in the players' minds and their heads elsewhere at that point, you know, it's just get the 90 minutes seen out and let's get out of here, so to speak, and into the next round, which obviously we'll come on to later on about the draw. You could see that in their play, and the other two goals were the 4 and 5 were very nice goals. So happy all round, happy.
Happy all round. I thought Barisic done all right, mate, on a piece, I'll be honest with you.
I wouldn't say there was a bad player. I know I said about Greg Stewart because I was pleased when I saw him start because you know my feelings on Greg Stewart. But I just think at times he was trying that wee bit too much to try and prove to the manager that he deserved the slot. I'm just hoping that's not pushed him out of the equation because he's been off and on the bench the last few games and that, and so it was good to see him start. Probably a 5, maybe a touch, a 6 to be really for me, is it, you know, but the rest were probably 7s and 8s. Barisic did play well, and it was good to see Boyd Patterson coming on as well. So I was pleased about that, mate. Pleased.
So the boy Patterson, he does look raw, Jimmy, doesn't he?
He does. He does.
You know, but he's got something about him I like. I don't know why.
That's good. You see him come on the park, he still looks like a wee boy. I'll give you that. But he's got a lot to learn, and hopefully he learns a lot for Rangers. I think he'll be a good right back for the future. Maybe in the next 2 or 3 years we'll see him. Tab's no doing anything wrong. He's another fantastic goal. It's a worldly goal. In fact, anybody else scored that, they'd be raving about it. But yeah, Boyd Patterson and Big Jorge, he got a run out as well. So I'm pleased about that. Very pleased all round, mate.
Another clean sheet, mate.
Another clean sheet. Seen the stats here. 12 games, clean sheets, including the
Name me our stats. Can't take any.
Stato, I know. I was listening to him. He's some man.
He bombarded me today and all.
Oh, jeez, oh.
Know what he said to me today, Jimmy? I'll tell you because I know you'll not tell anybody, right?
Right, on you go.
He said, "You'll never get me like that again." I said, "We'll see." He bombarded me today with stats. In fact, I had to tell him at one point, "I'm working, leave me alone."
Aye.
Some man. He loves a stat.
Aye. We should maybe change his name to Stato.
Aye.
Stato Bear.
Aye. He's some man. But sometimes it gives you some great conversation, doesn't it?
Of course it does. That's what it's all about, mate. Aye. Debate and conversation is what makes it go.
But I like your word. I used it myself last night and I'm in total agreement. A professional performance. Nothing to get carried away with, but even Bridge would take 5-0 for the end of the season,
Well, I would think so, aye. Definitely. Yep.
All right, okay. So you're happy with the team, you're happy with the management team last night, and we move on. Is that what you say, Parkett, move on?
Aye. I probably never seen my text for all the ones you go for Stato and that. But I'd give you more or less similar team to what had come out last night, apart from Alan McGregor was in my team. And I did think he would change it around quite a lot, and he did. So, as you say, Parkett, the game's gone now. Let's go on to the next game. The business in hand is Sunday against the Spoonburners. So, onwards and upwards, mate.
Mm-hmm. All right, Bridgeman, the draw was made. Do you want to explain to us how that worked?
How it worked?
Well, have you ever seen anything like it? Bridgeman, you ever seen anything like it?
So it's what they're saying is, in all probability, for it, take Rangers for instance. Rangers are playing Willem 2 or something like that, and whomever comes out of that is going to play either is it Galatasaray or something like Galatasaray, or what's the other one? Hajduk Split. And I thought that was brilliant because I was in Hajduk last year. A beautiful roasting hot town, roasting hot.
If you use that philosophy, we should get Berlin in the final.
Right? Absolutely.
Well, aye.
Absolutely. No, but that's the way as simple as I can. Maybe I've missed a big step in the middle. I don't know. But I think
honestly, mate, GFK, these draws are just nuts, isn't it?
Oh, I know.
I'm sitting shouting at the telly. Why on earth are we not just putting in a computer and let it run, for God's sake?
Well, I think the puddle drinkers get theirs out of computer, eh? Jeez, how can a couple of Diddy teams, as they call it, But I mean, they're still seeded, and we're no.
They're playing Riga. Is it Riga they're playing?
Latvia. But anyway, I was watching it today, and it's quite bizarre the way number 1, number 3, and all that. But at least look, once we beat Willem 2 or Willem 2, whatever the way they want to call it. That'll be a good game against Galatasaray. I think who'll beat Hajduk Split.
You think so?
I think so, and that's because they're at home as well. They're in Turkey. I know there's no fans, and it's good that we've got the game once we beat Willem 2. It's at Ibrox, so that'll be good. But
I don't think Galatasaray were the force they were. So
no.
Aye. It's obviously the Hadji will be the big story with that game, Bridgeman.
I would think so. Yeah, I would think so. I'd like to see Hajduk Split come into Ibrox. I'd really like that. I'm sure we played them or we were involved with them somewhere or other way back in the far distant past. Hajduk Split. At that time, they were part of. If I get this right now, I think they were part of Yugoslavia, the Yugoslavian team.
Yep. And what team that was?
Well, there you go. And I, when I was over there, I actually asked some chap in the stalls. I heard them speaking English, and I asked him, "You follow football?" He says, "Yes." He says, "Where's the Hajduk Split Stadium?" He says, "Oh, it used to be down the town there, but now it's outside." He says, "A lovely big new stadium." So I told him I was a Glasgow Rangers fan, and he says, "Oh, yeah," made a big fuss of it, Brilliant.
Right.
Sorry, but didn't mean to bore you.
No, lovely story, Bruce. Lovely story. So, look, the draw. If I'm being really honest with you, if we get Willem Tvei out the way, I would say that the Polish team we played last year was a harder tie than a one-off game against Galatasaray. But we're no certainties, GFK.
No, there's no certainties. I think we're being, keeping our feet in the ground here. We know what we've done so far this season, and we know what we did last season. The European run was fantastic. But the old cliche, Oxy, take every game as it comes, But looking forward to next Thursday when we play Willem 2, or I'm just going to call him Willem 2, mate, because that's the way they finished third in the league last season. So the Dutch league is...
No
mugs, mate. The Dutch league's a reasonable league. We know the teams that they've got there, Ajax and PSV and things like that, teams like that. So they finished third, qualified for Europa League. So, they'll be a good team. I was reading today that they're actually full of young, up-and-coming players. They've not got a lot of, like you would say, veterans in their team. So, that can be dangerous in its own. They've got something to prove. So they need to be up for that. You'll see a far, far different team next Thursday than we did last night.
It's a bit different tie altogether, mate.
Definitely, mate. Definitely.
All right.
Are you meaning on our side as well?
Oh, both sides.
I would say I don't think you'll see the changes that we had last night. I think the gaffer, although he treated the team we were playing with respect, Bridgman, I would say that he knew that he had enough in his squad to leave players out and beat this team quite comfortably. So, but that'll not be the same against Willem 2. I think it'll be full strength team next week.
Mm-hmm. All right, we've got a big plan here, Bridgman. What we'll do is, if you don't mind, gentlemen, we'll hear from our gaffer.
Right.
And then we'll open up the lines for calls. What do you think? How does that sound?
Go for it.
Go for it, mate. Yep.
All right, so you can come right into the call, all right? Speak to JFK, anything about DIY. He'll take mechanics as well tonight. He's been doing that. And Bridges decided to get anybody's got any problems with relationships at all levels, Bridge fans. So what's the number, JFK?
0141 356
Oh my
1972.
God.
What else can you join us, Bridge?
They can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online. Our technical team will bring you in, Fox and Old School Blue. They'll bring you in and look after you. And just enjoy yourself. It's a smashing night.
Phone in, hang up, and we'll contact you right back. I'm going to laugh at something. What my carburetor needs clean, Jimmy. I'll get in there.
Well, I'll be able to sort that, mate. I can sort that out, but the heart and the desires of your love and all that, I'm not into all that at all.
Bridge, leave that at Bridge, mate.
No, I'm not into the Mills and Boone. Mills and Boone.
What's a carburetor nowadays? Is there such a thing?
You're right, mate.
You're true.
Right. Get yourself in mute. We'll hear from your gaffer, Stephen Gerrard, MBE.
Yeah, so on the back of last night, we're very confident that Kamar will pull through. We think he's got that really early. He's just come off with a bit of tightness. I think he's been really sensible there. I said to the players, on this surface, having trained on it the day before, not to be taking any risks. So he's done the right thing. So we're confident on Kamar. Just got an update on Leon Balogun. He'll clear with the physios today, hopefully, and he'll be available as well. Xhaka, Rebo and Barker are progressing well, but won't be with us for the weekend. Alfredo's fine as well. He's still got stitches in his knee, but he played last night with no problems and will be available, which is impressive for the injury he's got to come through. 3 days after that was fantastic.
Thanks, Stephen. David Tanner with a question, please.
Thanks, David. Morning, Stephen.
Morning.
How pleased were you to see Alfredo Morelos scoring terrific goals, but also smiling and looking as though he was happy and enjoying himself last night?
I think that's a great visual for me all the time. When I see him smiling, when I see him enjoying his football, when I see him in good shape. We know he's a fantastic goal scorer. I think his goals were different last night, but two fantastic finishes. He's in the right place at the right time for the first one, which you don't coach. I think you're born with that. Where you sniff them goals out. And the second finish is obviously he shows his class and his touch. But even before a ball was kicked, even just to make himself available, he's very robust. And for a manager, he's always there for you. I think a lot of players wouldn't have pulled through with what he had from the weekend. So I'm really pleased for him, and it's great to see him smiling. I think he has a real good rapport with the players when he's out there on the pitch. But he seems a lot happier in the last few weeks.
Robert Fernie, please.
Morning, Stephen.
Morning.
Looking ahead to Hibs on Sunday, they obviously went to the game in good form. Seen a lot of goals and playing pretty well. What do you make of the challenge they pose, and how difficult is it going into an away game like that, sort of sandwich between two away European games? I guess is that an unusual challenge, given that you maybe normally have a home game either side of that?
Look, I think in terms of the schedule, we just have to accept what it is. We know it's going to be unique and different this year because of the COVID. In terms of Hibs, they're a strong team. They're playing with confidence. They're playing with a lot of rhythm in the game. They've got a good coach. So it's going to be a tough challenge for us going to Easter Road. But we're going there with confidence ourselves. We're playing well. We're defending well. We're looking a real good threat going forward. So we're going to Easter Road to attack and to win the game, and my focus is certainly on us, and we couldn't be in a better place going into it.
Alison Conroy, please.
Domestically, do you think this trip to Easter Road will be your toughest challenge of the season so far, given how Hibs have started as well?
Well, I wouldn't like to disrespect Aberdeen by saying that. I think Aberdeen going to Pittodrie, the first game of the season, on the back of a different pre-season, was a very big challenge as well. So I don't like to rate what was tougher out of that. What I would say is Easter Road's going to be another tough challenge for us. We're playing against a good Hibs team that are in form. So you treat this game in isolation, but we're going there with respect, but certainly with confidence that we can go and do the job.
Andy Newport, please.
Hi Stephen, can you just give us your thoughts on Willem II in the next round of the Europa League, and also if you do manage to get through that round, if you would fancy your chances against Jose Mourinho in the round after that?
Well, I think first and foremost we need to enjoy last night and qualifying last night. We're certainly aware that the level is going to go up in the next round. We watched the game the night before that Willem II played against Progress, and they're a good team with good players, good exciting attacking players. So we're certainly aware of the task and the challenge that it's going to become a lot more difficult. But it's certainly a game we're looking forward to. We have to go to Hibs first and put in a performance there, and hopefully go in a real good place.
Gabriel, go ahead please.
Morning Stephen.
Morning.
Just going back to the game on Sunday against Hibs, obviously at Easter Road, do you think they will perhaps come out and play more than other teams, or especially Ibrox teams? Do you think they will come out and play, or do you think it could be a case of the two best defences in the league cancelling each other out?
Well, I'd certainly be guessing, because I don't know what Jack Ross is going to do. I don't know how he's going to set up. I've got a good idea, or if you go on the previous games that they've shown this season, I think it'd be very strange if they change their style. And yes, they do play a bold attacking game, but we'll have to wait and see on the day what we come up against. But my focus and my attention's on Rangers and what we're going to produce and provide on the day. And we're going to go there and be on the front foot, and we're going to be aggressive and bold. So from where I sit, it's a case of, can Hibs stop us? We're not going to Easter Road to set up defensively and look for a draw. We're going there to try and win the game.
Raman, go ahead.
Hi Stephen.
Hello.
Can I ask a question about your keepers and Morelos, if that's okay? Did you always intend to play Alan McGregor in this game when he was fit? And if you have an extended run in the competition again, is that something that you might look at in terms of alternating your keepers to keep them happy or not?
I think I'll decide at the time from game to game. What I will say is I've got two fantastic keepers who are going to push each other really hard. I can see that in training. It's competitive. They get on really well. They've got big respect for each other. I didn't predict or envisage that it would have gone the way it's gone. With all due respect, the plan and the idea was to, if Alan had a strong pre-season, I was going to obviously start with Alan as the number one. I think he would have deserved that. on the last 2 years in his form. Unfortunately, he's had a couple of knee niggles or injuries that have set him back, and John's certainly took his chance, and he's performed well. He's playing with calmness, he's playing with experience, and he's keeping clean sheets and making saves. So it's very difficult to change the keeper in that situation. If it did work out as I would have worked out, I would have played John McLaughlin last night to give him a game, because I think you don't want your keepers going too long without a game, and unfortunately we're not in a position where we can play games behind closed doors because of the testing and stuff. So I do have to try and be, I wouldn't say clever is the right word, but I do have to think about trying to keep them both as fresh as I can, but also sharp with the right amount of minutes.
Luke, go ahead.
On Morelos, you said there that, you know, another player may not have made himself available given the gas you got at the weekend. Do you think there's a possibility, after all that's been said, his head had gone and he's refocused again, is there a possibility he could be at Rangers beyond this window?
Of course there's a possibility, because no one knows what's going to happen in the coming days, in the coming weeks. I said a few weeks back to the media that you just, in my situation, you take each day as it comes. The good thing is he's playing well, he's in much better shape. You know, he's looking sharper, he's scoring goals, he's looking happy, and we just take it day by day. I think that's a question for Alfredo and his representation to answer rather than myself. But for me, at the moment, he's fit, he's available. It was fantastic to see him pull through. Because, you know, I'm not talking about any other players, but Alfredo is someone who will put his body on the line for the club. I think he showed that last night by playing with the injury that he sustained at the weekend. He hasn't mentioned it since, so he'll have a rest day today, and then he'll be ready for the weekend.
Luke, go ahead, please.
Stephen, with some of the injuries, and you're then saying obviously with the goalkeepers it's good competition, how far away do you think you feel you are from having the squad you want, or how many more would you like to have in before the window ends?
Well, I think it depends. I think it depends on if anyone was to go out the door in terms of numbers, so it's difficult to give you a number on that. Everyone knows, it's no secret that we're looking for a midfielder to join us if we can find the right person. But if we can't find or make the person or the signing happen that I want, I'm not just going to jump in and take anyone. It needs to be the right person to fill this role. So it's a difficult question for me to answer right now, but we are looking to add and to strengthen. But in terms of how many will depend on if there's any action out the door as well.
Jordan Campbell, please.
Hi Stephen, you had all four of your strikers play last night to varying degrees of the game. How far away do you think you are at having your ideal system, whether it's one or two or three of them even, all starting on your team?
I think we've got the ideal system right now. I think we're winning games, I think we're keeping clean sheets, forwards are scoring goals. Cedric's the only one really that we need to obviously get him up to speed. He's missed a couple of weeks, which is not the ideal timing from his point of view. But he got a good 60 minutes under his belt last night. But I don't think we're trying to search for anything in terms of what we're looking for. We're happy with the names in the door at the moment. We're happy with how we're playing, the level we're performing at. And it's nice to have a lot of firepower to pick from.
Right, thanks for that, lads.
Yeah.
Going back?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Before we talk about the press conference, I think we've been joined with our roving reporter. Evening. Is he with us? Evening.
Yes, Socks. Hello, how are we?
Stevie, play the drum.
Report to here. Okay.
How you doing, pal?
Yes, I'm here at the result last night. Brand new. Listen, I'm just going to see, what was that long ago? Was it a litre of Hills and 200 fags, brush?
Yes, mate, yes.
How are we, boys? All right? Because Alfredo's back. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, I was in here last night. We're doing the magic. A really good result. I'm looking forward to the times ahead. Listen, I don't want to keep these up here. I've got one of these Sex on the Beach things coming with a sparkler. So I need to go here, guys. I just want to wish you, all the boys in the panel, all the troops in the lobby, and all the Rangers fans all over the... No surrender, me Turkey. Hear me?
It's crazy. He's got some memory of JFK, isn't he?
He's in half, aye.
Crazy, man.
And he's never done it with a sparkler, I'll tell you that.
Oh, brilliant stuff.
Oh, what a man. What's a man? Right. Makes me laugh. One of the good guys. Right, what I talk about Alfredo there, but I think Gerard's pretty happy with the team there. JFK then, boys.
I say that earlier on. I think what he managed to do with the squad, I like to call it, we should be calling it the squad. I think he was happy, and I think he's happy with the team performance. I watched his wee snippet after the game. That was just a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and he was really happy. But no, the wee injury to Roof, he done the right thing. He saw the danger. He could have maybe made the injury worse, so he took him off and replaced him right away, and that's what a good manager does. So I didn't hear any negatives for him, and he answered the questions a lot, the way he always does. Very cut some people off, which really pees me off. I'm trying to watch my words here, so I'm kind of... The Alison Conroy question is the typical question that they always ask, and they have been asking the last couple of days in all major forums that on TV, they're trying to make it that this is the hardest game for Rangers this season. This is the hardest game for Spoonburners this season. It's as if everybody else is fear. And for me, I don't like the woman. I've seen her on TV before. I don't like her questions. But apart from that, Steven Gerrard, as usual, answered the questions. Can't get that word out there.
I'll do it. I'll give you me.
Eloquently.
Oh, well said, sir. Well said. Breaking the teeth in for red rum.
I need a beer, mate.
I know, but I just need drinking on the show. When you going to lift that ban?
Oh, I tell you what. I don't think he deserves that. I don't think JFK deserves a drink, tell you. He can't. He's mumbling his words anew.
I know.
He talked everything with his piss.
I was trying to chew a wine gum there. It was stuck in my teeth. I'm all right. I may as well tell it. I couldn't get the words when he came out.
He speaks perfect sense when he's drunk, and the other people he's speaking to are drunk as well.
That usually does happen. Can't you understand us?
The wine out of gums. Right, Bridgeman, Alfredo Morelos, big talking point. Steven Gerrard, has he played them perfectly? Wait a minute. You're acting up a bit, slapped him down, then he's put the arm in him, and now he's playing for us. I mean, come on, a couple of weeks ago, nobody thought we'd see him again, did we?
Well, yeah, you're exactly right. I think there was an awful lot of people thought that he played his last game for the club, irrespective of any team come in to buy him and want to buy him. Rangers, it sounded as if Rangers were going to, based on the stories outside, Rangers were just going to sell him to the highest bidder and be done with it, get him off the books. And that was a lot of the mainstream media and the pundits on our radio stations, the ones that are supposed to be, shall we say, supporting Scottish football. I think Morelos, I think the manager's done well with Morelos. It might turn out to be that gets another 2 weeks into this transfer window. In fact, it's nearly closing. So just before the end of the transfer window, he might be gone. Could be. We don't know. I hope not. I definitely want him to. I would love him to stay and enjoy himself. And that wee couple of photos there when you see him there after the game, and he's happy during the game when he scored the goals, big smile on his face, and that brings a smile to a lot of Rangers fans, and that's all we want. We want to be smiling too with good results and clean sheets. That's what we want.
Has the manager played the blinder, JFK?
Yeah, definitely, mate. 100% agree with that statement. He done the right thing. I think he was quite slow in doing it because I think he should have done it last season. But he's obviously pulled him aside and told him, and then his comment today, like, it's up to him and his agent. You need to tell us, are you staying or are you going? And like Bridgman, I want him to stay, and like all Rangers fans, I'd heard the question being asked the night on another the Snide radio, and is he worth the 16 million? I don't care if he's worth the 16 million or no. I want him to stay at Rangers because it's a no-brainer, for Steven Gerrard. You've got to keep him. I know we've got Roof and we brought Itten in. Still got to keep Alfredo, and I think with what happened with Roof last night, and we'll go into that later on, I think this will be the chance that Alfredo gets to start the first 90 minutes for a while on Sunday. He probably will rest Roof just as a precaution. 2 good goals he scored last night. The word is, he's played a blinder. And looking at him last night, we've always talked here about the kind of faces that Alfredo makes, but all the faces he's been making the half a game he came on before he was seriously assaulted last week, and the last night's half game, it was all laughing and joking and smiling. It's great to see that. That tells us he's enjoying fit, but that doesn't look to me like a man that wants to leave. So let's hope the 5th of October comes and goes quickly, and Alfredo's still a Jers man.
If he's happy to stay, Bridge, and he wants to be with your club, I'm happy to have him, mate. That's
the words that every Rangers fan, hopefully, are saying and thinking. Definitely. Look, there's going to be some guys that maybe had enough of him, and if he goes, he goes. Or some of them maybe even want him to go. I just want the boy to stay. The 2 goals last night were just peaches, These are the kind of things we want him to do. Go on and make the difference. Be the difference. Go out there, let everybody else do a lot of hard work and put the ball right where you want it and put it in net. That's all we want him to do. And I think he's, I think him. I think he's the best player at Ibrox, and closely followed by Ryan Kent. And it may be no long before Ryan Kent might be the best player at Ibrox because he's doing really well. And I was very pleased the manager managed to keep him and Stephen Davis under cotton wool, being wrapped in cotton wool for the games ahead. But no, I really like it.
Actually, I know what I noticed. I was talking about the way that Alfredo was acting, and I don't know if anybody else noticed it, but seeing games past when Alfredo didn't score, and one of our other players scored, he didn't really interact with him. It was, but the last couple of games here, he looks somebody who is at peace with himself now. And maybe he's decided they want to stay at Rangers. Rangers don't want to sell me. They've knocked back whatever money it is. And like Bridgman, I want to see him stay up. There's no doubt about it. He's an asset for us. If somebody wants him next season for 25 million, then that's up to them. But as it stands just now, we need a player like Alfredo, and he showed us that last night. Yep, I know the opposition was only the Red Imps, but the man's a natural goal scorer. He's 1 goal away from equaling Ali McCoy's European record. So let's hope he stays here for the rest of the season to break that record, mate.
Well, that's another debate, Steven Gerrard. I'm sure we'll come to that. But the question I'm going to ask you two, and we'll open up to the callers, is: will Alfredo Morelos start on Sunday? JFK.
Yes.
Bridgman.
Yes, I think he would. I think he should. Look, he scored 2 goals, and his wee sidekick came out and scored another one. Just brilliant. You can't ask for much more than that. 2 good goals.
I think a decision for the gaffer next year will be made easier by the fact that Roof took an injury, albeit it's probably not a serious injury, but it gives him a Marion out to play him. But saying that, Alfredo scored 2 good goals last night, so that makes his position even stronger. So for me, it's 100% yes, mate.
It's overwhelming in the lobby. It's 100%. Exactly that. So, of course, want to join us? What's the number, Bridgman?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
phone in, hang up, and the technical team will phone you right back. Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online, where you'll be brought in a call by Fox or Old School Blue. What can they talk about? JFK.
They can talk about the Glasgow Rangers, the famous
Glasgow Rangers.
I think he'll start. I think he'll start personally.
I don't think anybody could say anything about Gerrard starting him. I don't think so. And the last couple of games there, he come on, he's done what he's done. I think he's been. Maybe he's a wee change. JFK mentioned that there. Maybe there's been a wee change in him. So let's hope it's like that, and he comes out and he takes the stage at Easter Road and does the business. That's all I want him to do. Take the business.
All right, we've been joined by Bournemouth. Evening, Bournemouth.
How you doing, boys? All right?
Hi, Bournemouth.
How are you all doing? All right? I am all right. How are you? All right?
Yeah, fantastic, mate. Sober.
Brilliant here, pal. Brilliant here.
He's no Bridges put a drinks ban on us on. We're all suffering bar Bridge.
Decent result last night, eh?
Aye, well, I think we've got to watch. We don't get too carried away.
Done. It's just about getting the job done last night, isn't it?
The opposition weren't they great, were they?
No, it was just all about getting the job done last night. A few changes, it was usually it's just about getting the job done. Move on to the next round. I think the next round will be a lot more difficult. I don't think this Dutch team will be a walkover one bit at all. I think they'll be quite difficult next week.
No, I think I make us slight favourites, but we're no certainties. Bournemouth, if that makes sense.
No, it'll be a tough game. And then obviously if we do get through Galatasaray, that's another tough game. But hey, the biggest game of the season, as Bridge always says, is the next game, and it'll be Sunday against the Spoonburners. The hard game. I just seen he's talking about Morelos there. Morelos has got to start for me on Sunday. Got to start. He's playing a wee bit of confidence. Got a goals last night. He's got a smile on his face. For me, he's got to start on Sunday. Got to.
I agree, mate. I agree. Yeah, it's a game for your best players. JFK.
Oh, definitely, mate. He's got to play him on Sunday. You know what? I mean, this is probably the best team we've played this season. You know, but we're the best team in the league, so it deserves the best players in the league. And Alfredo's shown the last two games that he deserves. No, the words know the chance. I mean, we always knew and we always do know the goal scorer he is. So for me, it's a no-brainer. He's got to play on Sunday, banging a few against the Spoonburners. That'll do me.
Bridgeman, you said you'd have him in your team as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I think there's. I heard some today, or I saw some. Where did I see? I can't remember where I saw it. We'll follow. Apparently, that be Sean. Is it Sean Allen? Maybe I used to call him Sean Allen. He can't play apparently. And there's another two Hibs players, and one of them's. You know who he is? Is it Greg? Who is it at Hibs? Jamie Murphy. So Jamie Murphy can't play, and there's another one as well that can't play. Can't remember who it is. So there's three players. One that isn't going to get a game allegedly, and the other two can't play for us. Can't play against us or something. So that's interesting to say the least. So we'll see what they come up with.
I don't think Sunday's game's about what they do. I'll say it again. JFK and I'll go to Bournemouth. We play, we win.
Aye. Exactly. No, but it doesn't matter. You've always said yourself, Oxy, look, we go out and play the football we know we can play, and I'm pleased that we're starting to take more shots now from outside the box. There's a team in the Premiership that are due a doing half us. No, and somebody's going to get it. And let's hope it's this Sunday that we give the Spoonburners a right doing 4 or 5 nothing. That would please us all, especially the Spoonburners. So we play the good football that we know that we're more than capable of playing. We'll play them half apart and put a few in the back of the pokey. I've no doubt about that, mate. No doubt.
Bournemouth?
100%. JFK says it's not about anybody else anymore. It's about how we perform. It's our consistency. Defence keep defending the way they're defending. The midfield keep playing the way they're playing, and we keep putting the ball in it. It's not about anybody else now. It's about us. If we perform on the day, We'll beat anybody on it. We play our game. We'll beat anybody. We've got a good team, good players, good squad. We play our game. We'll win. It's 3 points. Simple as that. It's about consistency now. We never had it last season, and we need it this season. So far, so good. On to Sunday.
Yeah, we're building nicely, aren't we? And consistency is number one. We have to keep building.
Welcome to the O2 message service.
Carry on, Brett. Keep going, mate.
No, I was going to say, when you come up against teams like Hibs, who's, shall we say, their reputation in their own ground is good, you know. So they're looking for a point, at least, you know, same as ourselves, wanting 2 or 3 points, you know. So we need to go there, just the boys have said there, we need to go there and be as high as a kite and say we can't be beaten by this mob. They can't beat us. Under no illusions, make no illusions about it. We cannot be beaten by these people. That's the best thing you can do. If the management can drum that into their heads, it makes a big difference. Get the confidence up.
When we win on Sunday, would that make it a good start, JFK?
Oh, of course it would, mate. Of course it. No, I mean, and especially if we can come away with a clean sheet, which I'm more than think we're capable of doing. It's been a great start to the season, and again, we're not getting carried away. We deserve to be where we are. The only glitch we know which we don't want to talk about was that draw. But that's all it's been, a wee glitch, and we're playing some fantastic football, and get scoring some good goals. That's the goals thing is my only bugbear. I just think at times, especially in the league, we should be going for the jugular. I want Rangers to win 5 and 6-0 against teams like St Mirren and Livingston and Hamilton. 2 and 3-0 is no good for me. I want more goals, mate. You know, don't want to talk about them, but they do it. No, they don't. They're relentless at times. So we should be the same, mate. So I'm looking for us to score a few on Sunday. And I know it'll be hard against Hibs because they're probably one of the better teams in the league. They proved that with their start. But we're far, far superior to them. And we should be able to prove that again on Sunday.
Good shout.
Good shout, guys.
Yeah.
Evening, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
All right, lads.
All right, Gary.
So you got a pen there, Gary?
A pen?
Aye.
Don't bite.
Bridgeman, shush. Bournemouth, just going about your the start. If we win on Sunday, a good game, good start.
Aye, as JFK said, it was just that wee hiccup at Livingston, and it's been a good start. This probably will be the biggest test so far we've had in the league. But like we're all saying, we perform, it should be 3 points, and it should be comfortable if we can perform. It could be interesting because obviously the puddle drinkers are at home. There might be a wee bit of pressure on us on the Sunday getting into it. So it could be for the guys to show a bit of think and step up, you know what I mean? But I've got confidence on Sunday. I think we'll go there and we'll get a really good result.
All right, Gary boy.
Yeah, I've got a pen now.
Right, that's done for me, mate, yeah?
Aye.
Right, G.
Right.
A.
Right.
R. Y. Yeah?
Yeah. It looks familiar.
You got it?
Yeah.
Right. What's on your mind, Gary?
Just what I was hearing you saying there about Morelos. I think he's got to start. He is the best striker at the club now. I think we've got a couple of good strikers, but they're just no 100% yet. And I think Alfredo's looking a bit hungry, like so. And just another thing, I think Hibs isn't going to put 10 men behind the ball. I think we're going to come out and try and play football and try and beat us, to be fair. I can't see them beating us, like so. Any team that plays football against us this season, I think we're going to take maybe 4, 5, 6 half. So I'm looking forward to the game.
Yeah, we asked a question just before you come on, Gary. Is Morelos timed for you?
Well, the way it's dragging it, it's looking like it. And I think if he does, it's going to put us in a far better position. I think we can all agree with that.
Maybe the planning is Bridgeman, if Morelos stays, we only sign one midfielder. If we'd have went, we might have been looking at maybe a couple of players, you know?
Yeah. I think that I think he's definitely looking at a midfielder. I don't know. I heard an Arsenal player getting mentioned, but I don't know who he was. Don't know anything about him.
Who, Patrick Vieira?
No. It's a youngster, like 20-year-old. Apparently he's training with Rangers now on a wee bit of trial or something like that. So whether he's actually going to go into the marketplace and buy one.
I don't think it'll be that. If they're signing somebody like that, it's no for the first team, mate.
Yeah, I agree with you.
In the market for the first team.
I agree with you.
JFK, but good point that Gary makes. Hibs will have a go, and we might be able to watch a game of football.
Well, again, I'm praising you again. You've always said that, Oxshare. That, I mean, when any team does come out to try and play football against us, you see there is 4 and 5 block, right? Then we perform really well, and I think that will happen on Sunday. That the spoon burners will come out and give us a game, and that will be conducive to our game. That'll make us play the way that everybody should see Rangers play, or should I say, should see the way football should be played. And I think the spoon burners will come out and play on Sunday, and that'll give us the chance again to show the team that we are. And I think most saying it'll be the spoon burners' mistake, because that's the way they like to play football. That's the way Jack Ross likes to play his teams, and I think that'll be good for us. And I think that some of the football we should see on Sunday will be absolutely good for us. And I can see scoring a couple or more.
Is it one of these games on Sunday? Bournemouth and Gary. Bournemouth, you take a bridge?
Oh, I'd take a bridge all day long. I was on JFK's camp. I thought Hibs would probably come out on Sunday and attack. But I watched that PLZ soccer earlier on the night, and that Tam McManus is on it that, does the Hibs TV and all that carry on. And he reckons because Jamie Murphy's not playing, they're going to bring somebody in and sit with 3 midfielders and just sit and hit us on the break with they've got pace up front. He doesn't reckon that they'll play attacking football. He reckons that they'll sit in with a tight midfield and try and hit us on the break.
All right, okay. All right, it'll be interesting to see, but we're going to have to face up to different systems, Gary, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. As long as teams are trying to play, I think it doesn't matter what system they play. I think we've got a lot more class in their team than what's in the Hibs team, and it's a big blow for them. Jamie Murphy no playing, so I just hope Hibs come out and try and make a game of it, and we'll see them getting took apart. That's what I think, and I think Morelos will score another couple of goals actually.
Oh, I'll take that, mate. I'll take that all day long. JFK, Morelos with another brace. I'll take that.
Oh, definitely. And I think what we've seen the last couple of games is more capable of that. And I think the room we might get in Sunday. I mean, I listened to that PLZ. I agree with Gary said earlier on. I was at Bournemouth. I mean, I'd watched that, and he's adamant that that's the way they all play. I don't see it myself. That's not the way Jack Ross likes to play his football. Jamie Murphy's not going to be a big loss to him as such, So I still think it'll be a game that'll make us go out and play the way that we know that we're more capable of playing. So I'm still going for 3 anyway.
Mm-hmm. Hope you're right. I'll take that. And as I said, Bridge, I'd actually take one of your results on Sunday.
Well, that's just the fallback for me all the time. I'll take 1-0, but I just love my team to go out there and absolutely, particularly that mob as well, absolutely mollocate them. Give me a 5 or a 6, it'll be great. I'm over the moon. The players, I want the players to go out, play their game with confidence, a bit of panache, go out there and do it, and stick the ball up in front, and hopefully it's Morelos that's up there, and he'll lever the ball in the net every opportunity he gets. And that's what I think.
Okay. Good to hear that Mike Balogun's will do okay. Bournemouth?
Yeah, that's good. Do you think he'll go back to McLaughlin, or do you think he'll stick to McGregor?
I think McLaughlin will play. There you go. God, I never thought I'd say that, but there you go.
I agree with you.
I think McLaughlin will play. But I've been round before Bournemouth.
No, I think they'll go back to McLaughlin and all, to be honest. I think McLaughlin will play as well. And I think the boy probably deserves to be playing as well. He's not put a foot run. I think they'll probably go back to McLaughlin as well.
Mm-hmm. JFK, Balogun back? Or Orlando.
No, I think he'll come back. I think Orlando will be there, and I think he'll play McLaughlin. I think the way the gaffer spoke about the two goalkeepers, I think he kind of told us all there that McLaughlin will be playing. He did say that if it had been that shouldn't have been another fit, and it had been John McLaughlin sitting out, he would have played him last night. But he decided, obviously, because John McLaughlin holds the jersey, he decided to play Alan McGregor. So I think you've got to keep I know it was a clean sheet against the Imps, but I think you've got to keep the same goalkeeper in the league games that's performed well. So for me, I would have no problem with McLaughlin being in goal. So I'm go for McLaughlin, mate.
Will be a good self, Gary boy.
I definitely think McLaughlin will play, but as much as I didn't want Haaland to be dropped, if Balogun's fit, I think he will play just for his pace, because Hibs have got a couple of fast strikers. That's if they'll try and hit us on the break. So I think just through Balogun's pace, I think Balogun will play.
Horses for courses, is that your point?
Yeah, different players will play in different games for us, I think we need to play to our strengths, and Balogun looks like a speed machine. So that's my reasoning for saying I think he'll play.
Also, just need to drop out the now. I'll speak to you later, alright?
Alright. Good man, Bournemouth. Hope you're well.
Cheers, boys. See you later.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers,
mate. Bridgeman, fair comment, huh?
Yeah, good comment so far. Personally speaking, I don't see anybody other than Helander starting as far as the centre halves are concerned. I don't see Balogun getting back in. I don't think he's enough sort of match time in his legs. That'll come. I think Helander will go back in. I personally think he'll definitely go back in. And he'll go back to the back four, a standard back four for Rangers. That's what I think will happen.
All right.
Midfield in that, no dead sure.
GFK, we're talking different people who get different opinions about playing different players. Things have moved on a bit, haven't they? We're not saying that we're playing him because he's rubbish. We're saying
no,
I prefer him. Yeah.
Well, that's what I said at the start of the show. You know, we weren't just talking about a team of 11 last night. Look at the players. I know there was a couple of players injured, but look at the players who didn't even fly to Portugal for the game last night, who stayed at home, and look at the ones that were also in the stand. So we've got a cracking pool of players. I know we might be a midfielder short and probably a right back short to say that's us got everything. But no, you're right that we can't say that he's been left to it. He's rubbish. No, but we'll criticise the boy Barker and that, but he's performed reasonably well when he's played the last couple of games before his injury. We've got a good pool of players, and that's great to see, considering what we started off with when we started off in the third division and how it's evolved. That's the best word to put out. It's evolved, Oxshire, and we've turned into a good football team, a team that should be feared.
Thank you. Get yourself on mute. We're going to have a tune, boys.
I'd been in exile for some years and my eyes filled up with tears when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. So I took a trip along just to hear some famous songs when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. I stood there all alone while the boys all down from home sang of Rangers, that team of great renown. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung, and a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Now on the field below, the boys put on a show, the likes they'd never seen at Molyneux. And it's football, it was grand, from McMillan, Scott and Brand, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung, and a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Now the league flag must come nearer with men like Bobby Shearer, the way he played at Wolverhampton town. And the world forever after would sing of Jimmy Baxter, for on his head they placed that noble crown. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung, and a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Now I knew it had to happen, I heard a mighty roar, the famous Glasgow Rangers they had scored. And the sky was white and blue, Wolverhampton shook right through, the loyal rampant Rangers had come through. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung, and a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. When the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town.
God bless you, Jada. Gone but not forgotten, son. Brilliant tune, Fox. Brilliant tune.
Brilliant. Well said, Fox. Well done. Right. When the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. What a day. What a day.
I'll take your word for it, Bridge.
Oh, massive tie. Massive tie.
Oh, it was.
Brilliant.
GFK, do you want to expand on the point you were making there before we just ran a wee bit of time for a tune?
About the pool of players.
Aye.
I used the word evolve, and that's what it really is, isn't it? I mean, you can see, you'd read out a few teams in the last 6, 7, 8 months about, at this game and that game, and some of it's no fair to call them donkeys because they were the famous, but they were really, really less than mediocre players. But as you look at his things evolved through that, and then Steven Gerrard came, and some of the players he's bought, don't get me wrong, he has bought a couple of ones that we weren't happy with, but we'll forgive him for that, for the European run, and nearly taking the chalice with them. But I'm very, very happy the way things are going. No going overboard. Let's keep it going. Win every game as it comes. As the old cliche says, the next game's the biggest game, and we'll see what takes us the journey this season. But up to now, we can't complain. See, I still think, like Macy's, we're still short of probably a midfielder and a right back to complete the pool of players. And it's good that we can say a pool of players. God, many games did we go to and we would some guys in the bench that we'd never heard of, and that was all we had with 18 players. But look at the pool of players we've got now. Absolutely fantastic, mate. So more than happy with what we've got. More than happy.
Okay. Bridgeman, if people want to join us, what's the number?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Phone in, hang up, and the technical team will phone you back. Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online, where you'll be brought into the call with Fox and Old School Blue. Gary, the point that he's made, in 2 years, the squad has evolved pretty rapidly, really.
Definitely. What was it we were saying? I think it was last week on the show. He signed 35 players.
That surprised me. That did surprise me, mate.
They're no there now, obviously. I think he's given them a chance, got rid of them. I think he's brought a good few players in. As I was saying, it's trial and error sometimes, and that is his first job. I think that's what a lot of people forget. And we're definitely moving in the right direction. And we went and beat that team yesterday 5-0, and it wasn't a great performance. We weren't out of first gear, but it just shows you how far we've came. We went away 1-5-0, and well, still I'm not really happy about it. Again, we know there's a lot more team, and teams are going to get a doing after this season. And
Sunday, sorry.
Can I just jump in for a wee second, Ox, here?
Aye.
Just when we played the song Sang by Jada there, I know Mark's in, Mark for Corby.
Corby, aye.
Just let everybody know, the Corby band commissioned a painting in memory of Jada. Now you can go to his Facebook and you'll see the painting, and it takes your breath away. The painting's been done in memory of Jada by the Corby Flute Band, and I'm telling you, it's absolutely fantastic. I'll not tell you more about it. Just go and have a look at it, guys. Mark, I know you're here, pal. Well done, mate. Whoever done the painting, absolutely fantastic, pal. It does him proud. Jada.
Well, we know it was you.
Oh, no, I can paint walls, mate. Matchstick men, cats and dogs for me. That's about it.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll be joined by Dale, our good friend Dale. How are we doing, Dale?
No bad, guys. Good. I came away from work early. It was too hot. I know you hate to hear that, but...
Don't you start.
Man, get your violin.
I know, the world's smallest violin. You've got it right here. I just, what you were talking about with the team, I think there's absolutely no reason why Rangers can't win on Sunday. I mean, the depth they've got in the squad, and every team in the league should be scared of Rangers right now, in my opinion.
We're a good side, mate. We're a good side. Even last year we went off the rails but you think about it, we're proved for a good side. Braga. We competed with a good German side. Yeah, all right, we lost to Tiny, disgrace. Feyenoord, we lost to the Porto. Young boys. We competed and got results against all these teams that were way ahead of us 3 years ago. And so we've made remarkable progress, Dale.
I think that's the most amazing thing, for all the years in the doldrums, and then just coming up and seeing what's actually happening here. And we're all obviously still under pressure, right? You've got to win that league every year, which, yeah, of course, this is what we're all hoping for. But we're certainly in a stronger position than we have been for a long, long time, to at least challenge for it, if not win it, in my opinion, because, an end comes to everything. Do you know what I'm saying? We're now challenging them across the city, and you've got to look at last year when we dominated most of the games against them, and the way it was going before there in the banter years, we're getting beat 5-0 and 5-1 and God knows what, right? And now we've got it in place. We've got a system in place. We've got some great players there, and we're almost on the point to where we have 2 top quality players for each position. I think it's fantastic what Rangers have done over the last few years.
I can't argue with him. Gary?
No, definitely no, not. I think we're looking good for moving on. There was a couple of slip-ups last year when I still could have been challenging for the league, but these players are professional, and I think they'll learn a great deal for that. And the start of this season, we've been really looking at. We've had one wee blip against Livingston, but apart from that, we've not even conceded a goal. We could have scored a lot more, but at the end of the day, we've took the 3 points, whereas a couple of years ago, last year, we would have dropped quite a few points. So long may our start continue, and I think we're only going to get better. We've got some players to come back, and it's looking good to be a fan now.
It's interesting, JFK, where we've came from, and it's not just the team that's moved, the whole club's moved.
Oh, the whole club has moved, mate. And you're right, because you just need to see what's happening round about the club. I mean, we all managed to get into Ibrox before the lockdown and saw the changes at the Ibrox, and we were promised it was going to get better, and it probably will be once we get back into it. But the whole thing's changed. The Rangers have brought back the enjoyment of going to Ibrox again, and that's good. And I can only say that it's going to get better, mate, and I can't wait to get back.
That's a big question, though. When?
Aye, when, man?
Yeah, exactly.
Aye,
I'm hoping it's very soon, but I'm not going to hold my breath for it. That's for sure. I think the JFK, I think, had said in the past, possibly not even this side of Christmas, or New Year even.
Well, I think he was poo-hooed by a lot of people, maybe including myself, but he's been proved right.
No far wrong, is he? No. Aye. My goodness gracious, no far wrong, no. But I'm sure them across the city will get their 60,000 in before long. That's for sure. The way they're bleating on, they'll be the only ones that'll get it.
They can't, mate. They're allergic to that hand wash, mate. You know what I mean? The hand gel.
Very good, very good.
But anyway, come and join us. Give your thoughts how the team's going to line up on Sunday in 01413561972 or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. Phone in, hang up, and the technical team will phone you right back. Dale, did you happen to catch a game last night, mate?
No, yesterday morning it was for me. It was good. 8 o'clock in the morning.
You're in LA. You're ripped.
I know. You hate me. I know.
Why were you not working, Dale? Why were you not working?
Well, I work for myself, so I can
pick your areas, mate. You know what I mean?
I can kind of time it,
Yeah.
But it has been quiet, really, all through this COVID thing. It's been pretty quiet. So, I tend to pick and choose them when the games are on.
So it's even quiet for Gigalows in LA, is it?
Can you say that again? I missed that one. Maybe it was good I missed that one. I don't know. No, it's just been quiet, over the past, few months, really. But no, I'm doing all right, just getting by. And I am able to pick and choose, at the moment, when I can actually watch the games. It's not like I'll take a day off, to watch a game, but because it's kind of slack, I can just change things around a wee bit, I mean, what I did was I watched the game yesterday, and then I went to work, and then I got a phone call for Stardog. I couldn't believe it. I was at work, and it came up on my phone. It said Stardog, right? And I was like, what's he phoning me for? I says, I've only been doing this a couple of weeks. That's me getting my first verbal, and it was just a mistake on his part. I guess he was trying to get back in touch with somebody, or on the phone lines.
Right.
Because
okay.
Yeah. So anyway, no, that was all right. Aye.
I'm sure we'll hear from him soon, mate. I'm sure we'll hear from him soon. The message in there is you delete your calls, mate. Yeah.
Is that what it is? Aye. Yeah. Delete all history. Yeah. Everything.
What did you think of the game?
It was, to me, it was like kind of running the mill, especially in the first half. I mean, a couple of great goals, obviously, but I think the second half was a lot better because he could kind of pick and choose and put more people on. I thought Alfie played brilliant, and then Defoe as well. Just typical Defoe goal. And it just shows you that he's still got that there, in his locker. And that's against any team. I mean, it wasn't great opposition. And it was obviously a really horrible atmosphere. Just, it really was. It was like just a lower class team. But the fact that, we put 5 away against them, and then just put that one to bed and just move on, I think on Sundays, that's the important one. And as I said to you, I don't think Rangers should have a problem on current form, and that's the marker. When you're beating the teams that are challenging, and if you can keep beating them, I think we're going to be in a good place.
Aye, if we go and win on Sunday, as I said earlier, JFK, that makes it a real decent start of the season. Of
course it does. I mean, to get into Sunday's game in the position that we're in, no goals against in every game so far this season. That's fantastic, and I think it'll be the same after the 90 minutes on Sunday. I can't see he's losing any good. Defence is playing well, whatever defence a Gaffer plays. And no, he can chop and change, which is good. And he'll play the right team on Sunday. Obviously, Alfredo's got to play, as we've all said. And I can't see buys on Sunday. And that's not being overconfident, Oxyre. I just think that the Fitbit are playing, and the Fitbit will probably will be allowed to play on Sunday. It'll be better for us.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think that's the point Gary was making. Yeah? Gary?
Yeah.
Aye, definitely. Right. If they try to play football against us, I think we'll just carve them open. And I hope they do. And I can't see them sitting back and putting 10 in the box, because Jack Ross doesn't play like that. He'll go out and want to attack. And he'll want to beat us. And they'll not beat us with 10 men behind the ball. So I really hope they come out at us, and I think we shouldn't have a problem beating them, like.
Mm-hmm. Aye, and obviously we let's just say we were the same back four for last week. Then Hollander comes back, and then McLaughlin comes back, and then the midfield as we finish with Davis and Kamara. Obviously, Davis never played yesterday. Kent's a certainty to start.
Yeah.
I think Morelos will play. He should be reasonably fresh, even though he's got to knock his knee. Did they seem to worry him? So we've got a couple of positions. We're assuming that Hadji's going to start away at Easter Road. Everybody, we happy with that?
I think Hadji will start.
I think so. Yeah,
definitely. You know, he's you know what it is with Hadji is that he just drifts in and out of games, but most of the time when he does come into the game, it's important. I mean, that was a sublime pass, you know, to Kent last week against Dundee United, right through the boys' legs, and that's, you know, that wasn't a fluke. You know, he looked up and he saw the gap. So a very intelligent player. And by the way, my daughter is called Georgie. That's her first name. So I guess that's Hadji's dad's first name as well, but hers is spelled different. So I'm hoping he starts, because I really think he'll come good. You know, he might just, that's what I'm saying, just dip in and out, but I think that's the type of player that he is. And then maybe when he starts putting a bit of weight on, you know, he'll not get knocked off the ball so much.
It's easy to put weight on JFK, isn't it?
Aye. It's amazing what 10 cans of cider do for you every day.
Aye, bother. JFK was a good one.
It's not that. No, my mom says to me, I've got a problem with my governor. Says, no, I've only got one. I need to burn 10 cans of cider on this, I tell you.
You've got to laugh.
But Sunday's
right,
Sunday's team for me will be easy to pick.
Go on.
Well, it'll be the same team. Apart from, I think it was an easy decision for him with Roof being injured or so. Alfredo will go in there where Roof is, and obviously with Ryan Kent will come into the team, and he'll definitely play Hadji. So what about Jack? Jack will nobody else. It'll be Kamara. So it'll be McLaughlin, Tavernier, Golson, Hadji, Kamara, Davis, Kent, Morelos, Roof. Roof. Hollander will be there as well, and Barisic. No, so it's an easy team to pick, mate, I would think.
Guess that team again. You've even confused me. Right, get it properly.
I was to tune in. McLaughlin, Tavernier, Golson, Hollander, Barisic.
Right.
Aye. So, and he'll play Kamara instead of Jack, and obviously Fred instead of Roof.
Right.
So that'll be it.
And who's playing instead of Barker if it's the same team for last week?
Instead of Barker? Oh, would you bring in? I don't know. Well, that's
What's your midfield, Jimmy? What's your midfield?
We'll come back to you. You've been on to think about that all day. You've got it right.
No, I'm not been thinking about it all day. I'm thinking about something else here. Do you come in?
What's your midfield, Jim?
Oh, me, you, and him.
I'll be the defensive one.
No, Jimmy. That's the war.
That's the war. Just the war's just me.
No, the three is.
Oh, three is. Oh, Gennady would get by that, wouldn't he?
No, not even that Brazilian.
No.
Right, I'll
Matthew?
come back to you. I'm going to go to Gary, get his team, and you think it. You've got to get 11 players in it. Right, okay, Gary, what's your team?
I'll go for McLaughlin, Tavernier, Goldson, Balogun, Davis, Kamara, Hadji, Kent, Morelos, and Stewart.
Oh, Stewart keeping his place.
Did I not say Davis, Kamara, and Hadji?
You did.
I did there. What I did then?
And then you went. And then
No, because you tried to mix me up. That's what you done.
Never mixed you up. You mixed yourself up.
Did I? Did I hear somebody say he was going to play Stewart?
Gary. Sorry, we'll get him drug tested after the show.
No, but I think Gary's the same camp as me. I'd love to see Stewart get a run, but I don't think it will happen for him on Sunday. I rate Stewart. I think he's a rare player.
Who else has gone up front then?
I think Roof will play, mate. I think Roof, he's basically telling you Roof will play, so I think Roof might join on in the right and then Hadji in the number 10 and they'll interchange.
Can I just say, none of us were close to picking the team for the Imps?
Mate, we're never close any week, so don't get upset.
It's a lottery.
Oh, dearie me. I'm back on the drink. This is no good.
Oh, Bridgeman, come on, you need to stop this. This is murder, man.
I reckon the back four is the back four I just said earlier on.
Right.
The goalkeeper in the back four. Tavernier, Goldson, Helander and Barisic.
Right,
it's going to be, to me, it's going to be Stephen Davis and the boy for Dundee. God almighty, I keep missing Glenn Kamara. That's two for me. And then there's going to be Hadji, Roof, and Ryan Kent, and Morelos up front.
Well done, Bridge. You get 11 players. I'm so proud of you.
I'll maybe name 15. Do you not think Arfield's got a chance of getting a start?
I do think he's got a chance, and I think that'll depend on the fitness of Ruth.
Aye.
Yeah. I think Bigetton will go back to the bench and he'll go on. I think some of the stuff we read about him was an absolute disgrace. The boy come back trying to get his fitness. Hardly kicked a ball. People just need to wind their neck in a bit, Dale?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, okay, what I noticed about him yesterday, a lot of his runs he was making was just mistimed and he ended up offside. But he's definitely got it there. I mean, he was close, with that chance when they put that cross in there. And if he'd connected with that, that would have been into the back of the net, no bother. He just needs time. I mean, he's been injured most of the time he's been here. Right, he's only had minutes, limited minutes on the park. As far as I'm concerned, no, he's going to be a great player for Rangers because it gives them that other option. They've got aerial strength there. Where you're looking to a striker that can score goals with the heat, and he's been proven to be able to do that. So I don't think there'll be a problem with that boy. And you are right, yeah, he has been harshly treated but it's just like MD Rangers signed. They're going to get looked at more closely and scrutinised all the time. And just because the boys know exactly, set the hell on fire yet, just give him time. He's only been here a few weeks.
Bridgeman, he's hardly played. Geez, we need to reserve judgment here.
Oh, yeah. MD turns in and says the boys is no use and so on and so forth. There's something wrong with him. I don't even know if these people are newspaper men or what do you call it, social media guys, or indeed crazy people with a pen and a typewriter. It's just nonsense. It's just nonsense. It really is. The boys, he's been here 5 minutes. What is it they want from him, Never mind. I think as Gary says, I think he'll come good. He'll come good. He's a smashing big fella. Quiet, of course, but looks the part. I reckon by Christmas time he'll be up and running, no problem at all. If he can continue getting some time on the pitch. Now that may depend on what happens with Morelos. If Morelos doesn't go, then it may be a bit longer before he gets good time in the back of the pitch. Other than that, him and Roof will make a partnership, and that's for sure.
We just stay away, JFK. We can't judge somebody in a cameo, can we?
No, definitely no, mate. Definitely no. Too many people are jumping on the bandwagon for things like that. Just let them get back to what we want them to be, and then we'll see what happens. But no, you can't just judge them on a cameo, mate.
Gary?
Yeah?
Some of the stuff about young Itton, it's a bit OTT, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, he's looked no bad. He's just been unlucky he's not scored yet. That's all we all want to see him get off the mark. But I think he is going to be a good player for us, like. And it'll come. And I think once he starts scoring, it'll be hard to stop him, really.
I hope so. Well, we're down to the last half hour of this week's shows. When people want to join us, JFK, what's the number?
0141 356 1972.
Phone in, hang up, and the technical team will phone you back for joins at Skype at rangersradio.online. I think we've been joined by Alex.
Hello, Alex. How you doing?
How you doing, mate? All right?
Yeah, fine. You doing all right, lads?
Aye, tip top.
Your sound okay?
Oh, sorry,
Aye, my sound's fine. As long as I'm not shouting.
Funny enough, you do when you first come in and it calms down. You must get awful excited when you see Bridgeman.
He always gets me excited when he's scurrying round the Discovery.
Oh, chase me. Right, what's on your mind, Alex?
I was just listening to you again. I had a team picked out there, and I thought it was going to be quite easy to pick this week, but I've got that many scoreouts.
So you forgot it then?
Give your original team then.
Well, I agree with you. I think McLaughlin will come back into the keeper role. He's no put a fit ring and a glove ring. So the defence has been magnificent, so why change it for me? But I think, every week we say it, didn't we? Harley Ennis got a team right, but Gerrard, he always plays at left of field for some reason. But I think the injury of Jack's going to kind of force his hand a wee bit. I can see him bringing Balogun into the team on Sunday, because I think the physical challenge that Hibs will put up, he might drop Hadji out the team because of that, because Hadji can disappear out again when it gets physical. So for me, I would bring Balogun into the midfield and play Kamara in that forward role that he plays with Finland. So Davis next to Balogun. I think Roof will start. I think he'll be fine. I think Kent will come back in the team with Morelos up front.
Give me your pen.
Gary's got a good pen.
Give me your pen, Gary. I score his last. Right, listen, mate. I'm a big Balogun. I've always seen him at centre half. He's not going to put him in midfield. But I do accept your point about Hadji. And if he does things like that, it'll be Scott Arfield that'll play.
Possibly.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I was only wanting Balogun to play just because I think he's got a wee bit more pace than Hollander, and Hibs have got a wee bit pace up front, so it would just be purely just to play it safe, really.
Listen, mate, I don't know if Balogun will start or no, but if he does start, he'll be playing at centre half. I mean, but I can see
that's where I would play him, like, definitely.
I can see your rationale, Alex, about Hadji, but I think if we needed more physicality in there, the manager would play Scott Arfield. JFK.
I would think so, mate. Will he play Scott Arfield? I'm only convinced he will. Again, it'll all depend on how he sees the way that he thinks that Hibs might play. He'll take that into the equation, but no, I don't think he will play him, mate. I don't think there's space for him for this game on Sunday.
Bridgeman?
I reckon he'll play Helander. I'm convinced he will. I think he'll I'll go with the team that I just said 10 minutes ago. As far as I'm concerned, he's got the midfield playing quite well. Some playing tough stuff. And they got Morelos is solid. He makes a huge difference, and you'll see there two centre halves trying to take him on, and that'll open it up to me. For me, that'll open it up a wee bit for the guys that can slip through there, people like Hadji and Kent. So I'd be quite happy with that team. Seriously, I don't think Balogun will get back on the new for a while.
But it's all about opinions, Alex, and you might be right and we might be wrong.
We're all second guessing this team every week, aren't we? But I just think I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, but I think there's a place in the midfield for Balogun for me. But listen, we'll just need to see what happens. But I've got every faith in Gerrard anyway. And I've got
do you know if he's ever played in there before, Alex? Have you done your homework, or are you just having a punt?
I just see I think I've said to you before, see the way he carried the ball forward in that Aberdeen game. I just see a player in there that can take the ball and run forward with it. And I think he would be a good physical presence. I mean, is it Bridgman that's always wanting a 6'2" midfielder that's a hard tackler? He's right there in front of us. You know, so he might be able to do a job in there. I'm not sure whether he's played that position before, but he just looks as if he can.
If Stato was here, I'd send him to check you out. But I get your rationale about the physicality, but we'll just see where it takes us. But have you got a team pick for Sunday, Dale? Oh, he's doing a bridge, man. We'll come back to him. He's doing a bridge. So, we'll see where we go. My team is McLaughlin, Tavernier, Barisic, Hollander and Goldson, Davis, Kamara, Arfield, Roof, Morelos and Kent.
A good strong team, I think.
Well, did that come in now?
Can I ask you to repeat that, Oxy? Can I ask you to repeat that, please?
Oh, I never wrote it down. I'll come right back to you, Dale. Here we go. McLaughlin, Tavernier, Barisic, Olsen, Hollander, Stephen Davis, Glenn Kamara, Scott Arfield, Roof, Morelos, and Ryan Kent.
Right, cool. I thought you'd said that.
And you come, Dale.
All right. I was just going to say Ditto Walks because it'd make it easier for me. But I'll try and take on the challenge, right? I would say McLaughlin. McLaughlin for sure. Barisic, Tavernier. And then I would definitely go for Hollander and Goldson. And then in the middle, I would have Kamara and Davis. And then I think I would go for Hadji. And I think Arfield will be on the bench. And then it'll be Roof and Morelos.
And Kent?
Right, yeah.
And Kent, sorry. That was the one
that's
I missed.
my
I always miss one. I'm sorry, right? Okay.
No, I'm saying that's the same team. It's the same. No, it's the same team with the exception of you've put Arfield in. So you're thinking Arfield or Hadji, you know?
No, but yeah, Arfield on the bench and Hadji, see how he handles the game.
Yeah, that's cool. That's the team I went with anyway. No far off the team Oxford picked either, I'll tell you.
No, just the one change, but we'll see. We'll see. Even Alex's team was pretty similar, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much so. Yep.
How's important is a clean sheet to you on Sunday, or would you accept a 4-1-1? JFK.
Oh, I'd like to keep the clean sheet, obviously, but I would take any result as long as it's a win, mate. Even if it's a 4-3 or whatever. The clean sheet is a great thing to have for records as records stand, but the most important thing at the end of the 90 minutes is that we walk away with the 3 points. So getting a clean sheet would be a bonus. So it's not really something I'm too bothered about, mate. A win's more important. No.
Can you remember, JFK, when the last time we kept a clean sheet against Hibs? I can't remember.
Statelman's no here.
Statelman's no here. Where is he when you need him?
Talk amongst yourselves and I'll look it up.
Talk amongst yourselves.
That doesn't happen.
I'd be interested to see. Do you think the 5 substitutes for the coaching staff are getting their head with it yet, Alex?
It seems to be, Ox, yeah. It seems to be. He's utilising the squad far better than what he was initially, because I think it might have been Bluestard that said the other night that what was the game where he made the 5 subs and we lost momentum in the game totally. Can't remember, but it just seems to be. I mean, last Saturday there against Dundee United, even though we had the injuries early doors, the substitutions that he was bringing on was slotting straight into the guys' positions. Everybody knew their job, didn't change any formation, and it carried on the momentum. That if you've got a pressing and just keep at it all the time, that's great for our style of football. But we can't let the levels drop, and the substitutes that's coming on are desperate to make an impression to try and win a start for the next game. So everything's good in it.
Gary?
Can you repeat the question for me, please?
That's a good question on its own, mate. I was trying to look up
Is a clean sheet the be-all and end-all? Would that be...
That'll do, mate. Gary, just to let you know, you might not have noticed. I know people wouldn't notice, but this isn't scripted.
No, I just couldn't hear you there. My phone.
No, it's all right, mate. It's all right.
As much as I would like to keep a clean sheet, but if it was 4-3 years, I'd be delighted with the 3 points. But we all want to keep the clean sheet. But I think the win's the most important thing. And if it was 4-3, 5-4, I'd be just as delighted, to be honest.
Yeah, can't argue with that. 3 points is the be-all for me. I think for everybody else.
That's the most important thing.
Bridgeman, we beat Hibs 3-0 at Easter Road last year, December.
Goodness sake, and I can't even remember it.
Well, then you had to look it up. I would take that score on Sunday. I would take that score on Sunday all day long.
Absolutely.
And then be happy with a clean sheet record to roll on, Alex.
Oh, definitely, pal. Listen, was that not the night where the parachutes got the bottle thrown at him?
Yes.
That was, aye.
We played brilliant that night. Really well. If we can keep that and put in that sort of performance, and I would take that all day long.
I just think with a clean sheet, the longer it goes, it's just filling me back with confidence. But in the league, I saw about the 3 points here. Don't get me wrong, the clean sheets are amazing, and the club's buzzing with it. But it's in the league, it's 3 points all day.
Mm-hmm. I'm just worried that you might go into a game where you'll be that worried about the clean sheet to break some kind of record. You'll no go and win the game, and that's only for a historical when we lost a cup tie to Hamilton, JFK.
Aye, yeah, exactly. I think most of us here can remember that the Ibrox, to break the British record and that, and everybody seemed to be engrossed in that, and we were playing the ball about tippy-tappy to kind of. The records are nice, but no, for me it's a win, and I don't want any distraction, so as I say, I don't care if it's 4-3, 7-6, the 3 points is what matters. Although keeping a clean sheet is good for confidence, but so is winning every game, mate. It's winning every game. So that's for me.
We've been joined by George VK. Evening, brah.
All right, chaps, how you doing?
Listen, George, just to let you know, I got you that parking station at the Velodrome so you can walk to the games.
It's just across the road. It's just across the road for you, George.
Hey, don't mention Finiston. Don't mention it. No, he says, say that, man. Me and my boy are going to 2 in the morning. And because he was birthday the other day, he's 27. I mean, he says, Dad, I want us to go and get taps in water. I was like, they bother, son. He says, hey, but I want you to get George Senior on yours and have to get George Junior. That makes you laugh me right all that, son. That makes me feel right all that, I mean. We're going for a swally. We're going for a swally, man. So, and I don't usually get right, man. So hope everything goes all right. On Monday it'll be bail refused.
Bail refused.
Oh, George, when are you parting rugby?
We're getting there. We're going to get it, hang me. We're going to get it today through whatever.
Right, brilliant, mate. Brilliant.
We're not using that motor anyway. That's for we can't drink, can we?
That's true. That's true.
No, I mean, keeps me away from Finiston.
What made them come up with that idea, George Senior?
I don't know, man. They know he did his dad out kicking the whole moors, man. All right, son. All right.
Ox.
Yes, mate.
I've got an idea that I think George could maybe park at the parent and child spot now at Asda.
But he would park the Asda at Berry Hill.
I'm 6'1", he's 6'3". No chance to get away with that.
Well, you see the talk show, you'll see them, you'll be walking behind them, you'll be like, that's George Junior and George Senior, we don't know that. I'll be like that, JFK, run, that's George Senior and Junior.
Run before he buys us a drink.
Oh, brilliant. What did you make of it? I knew you've had time to reflect, George. Were you happy with last night?
Oh, without a doubt, I was happy, man. To go over there, man, it doesn't matter, man. It's a team of part-timers, whatever. It's easy to slip up by it and lose a stupid goal, you know what I mean? To win 5-0, superb, absolutely superb. And every goal was a good one and all. So I'm well happy with it, well happy.
Aye, there were decent goals,
Team goals.
No criticism, mate. Get the game out of the way, move on, yeah? What's your team going to be for Sunday, George?
Hey, McLaughlin, Barisic, Golson, Hollander, Tav, Davis, Arfield, Kamara, Hadji, Kent, Morelos. I'm a wee bit happy about Hadji. You know what I mean? Because he has a bit lightweight.
Is that 12 you picked there, George? No?
That's 11.
Okay, just thought I'd ask.
All right, I pretty much the same team, George. I'd Arfield in for Hadji, but that's just a personal preference that I get. Hadji's.
I must admit, by the way, see that man with Balogun in the midfield? That's a curveball, isn't it?
Aye. It's Friday night. Alex, in it?
Aye, like to throw one. Listen, I was just thinking as well, did George W. Bush and his father know where they at the White House or no? George Junior.
Stop that! Stand up, no going now. I say, I don't want to buy a tap this year. If we buy a tap, we get beat.
Just as well we won this sponsor's been Bush, win it. That's what it would say. George Bush Senior, George Bush Junior.
Never a fair roaster.
Why don't you just get down the back at George?
No.
That's senior.
The CSA, my door battered my door down.
Why don't you just get Mikhail? If you want to spend a few quid, get Mikhailichenko in the back here.
Here, I'll tell you a story about him years ago. He was up in the UK, right, and he was dating some dude, and my boy was just a wee boy at the time. My last, he was there and all, and I seen him with the Rangers blazer on it when they went like that. I went, all right, he went back, gives me an autograph. You know, he chased us. I was like shouting to him, like, we pay your wages, pal. Feed him a rickety.
It was basically
my boy's like, I thought you liked down, Dad. I was like, shut up, son, shut up.
It was like seeing the personalised number plates, George Senior.
I'm never going to love this, do I know? Didn't I mentioned it?
I'm glad you did, George. I'm glad you did. JFK.
Here, can I ask you something, boys?
Yes, mate.
Is it loud enough tomorrow?
Aye.
What time it?
It's usually 11 o'clock, mate. I'm sure it's 11.
Well, you don't have to book in because of social distancing.
No. For match days, they're doing a booking in system. You do it online, but for normal Saturday, it's just walk-ins, mate.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's good to know, JFK.
Aye, just walk-ins.
That's what I'm planning on, you know what I mean?
You need to get parked out at finishing for about 10 o'clock in the morning then.
He's not going with the motorbridge. That's fun.
What pub are you going to so I don't need to go into it?
Loudon. You know what I think?
One or three of them.
You'll know him, JFK. They'll have a
I'll not be wearing them. They'll be still in the bags, you know what I mean?
Would you not get more Paw and Wee in shirts for then?
More Paw and Wee.
The ruined.
Oh, George.
My boy could be hen, couldn't he?
Oh, are you trying to tell us something?
What, George?
No.
Rangers is a team for everybody now.
He'll end up attacking me.
Everyone, anyone.
We'll end up doing a weekender.
Aye.
And Vale will be refused.
Aye.
Right. Score Sunday, Alex.
3-0 the Rangers.
They get that pennant. George EK. Or should I say, George Senior from AK.
Going to see 3-0, but you know something? I'm going to go 4-0.
All right, okay. Gary?
Bravado. I'm going to go for 4-0 as well. What time is the kick-off on Sunday?
Pardon?
What time is the kick-off on
I
Sunday?
think it's at 12 o'clock. I'm just going to check that, mate. I'll just check it out. And the question I was going to ask, what night are they playing this team next week? Is it Wednesday or Thursday? Anybody know?
Thursday.
I read somewhere that their website said Wednesday.
I'm sure it says Thursday today.
I'm not sure.
What's that?
Next week, European.
Thursday. Next Thursday.
It's a 12 o'clock kick-off, Gary. That means the show will be on at 11 o'clock.
Right, perfect.
George will need to go at 9 o'clock now to catch
we've got Southside Bear. We've got Southside Bear coming in. I'm going to take him, bring him in, mate, just before we go. Southside, in you come, Brad. Here he comes.
Hello, Southside.
Oh, there he is. Hello, Southside. You all right, mate?
Aye, no bad, Ox. How are you? All right, troops. How's it going?
Excellent. By yourself?
Aye.
Do you mind if we call you SS?
SS?
No,
I'll end up getting called Waffen SS.
Good call, Junior.
Your real name's no George, is it?
No, certainly no. I was saying that Mises Park at Asda and I thought George at Asda, no bad.
Oh, no.
He's looking for a tap for George at Asda.
Keep you back, mate. Keep you back that walk.
George is on the guy with all his names. His name's is
I take it you want my team for
yes, give us
for Sunday, right? One flag in the curveball, and you know my feeling on it, guys. I've said it before. Alan McGregor starts for me. I think thinking towards Thursday. I think McGregor starts if he's thinking of playing him in Europe. I think that's why he's broken back. So for me, I'm going for Alan McGregor. Tav, Barisic, Helander comes in, and Goldson. Midfield, I think it'll be Davis and Kamara. And I think Arfield may come in. And if he does come in, I think it'll be Hadji, Alfie and Kent. I think he might keep Roof for Thursday if he's not just fit and put him on the bench. So that's what I think I'll stick with that. I think he might keep Roof and Hitton on the bench.
So who's your two midfields, Kamara, Jack and Arfield in front. Who's the three in front of them?
Hadji, Alfie, Kent.
All right, I get it. Aye.
Jack's injured.
All right. What'd you say, George?
Jack's injured.
He's out for a month, mate, I believe. We've been unlucky with injuries this year's season so far, south side there.
It's a wee bit of a blow, Jack, and the injuries we've picked up in the last couple of games, even Balogun before the game. But it looks as if we could maybe... I mean, it's a big game. These next few games are big games, so he needs to have the go-to players. I think Jack, if he'd been fit, would have been in, but... So, Demi Davis is going to have to try and play at least 2 out of the 3 next games. Can he play him every single game? He's not got the legs for it. But, so one, he might need to get rested in one. So, the next 2 games, I think, is a go-to. And I think it's Davis and Kamara, definite starters in the midfield. And he'll tinker it for there.
Alex, I think most people put that, eh? You used your wee curveball, but you still with Davis and Kamara in, didn't you?
Aye.
I did.
I think I put McGregor in. I think McGregor's got the. I heard Gerrard talking today. I think he's got the kudos in the bank. He's the number 1 goalkeeper. I know McLaughlin's played well, and he has out-jumped with the header the other week, which can happen. But I think in the big game, the go-to, he's got the experience. He's been there. He's done it. And I think if he's fit, I think he honestly plays, guys. I don't see how he doesn't play.
JFK, we'll find out, I think, who the number 1 goalie is on Sunday.
Aye, well, the gaffer's already said he doesn't have a number 1 goal. If you remember at the start of the season when we brought John McLaughlin in, he said it's a good thing to have the choice of goalkeepers he's got. So that can only be good for McGregor's game as well, because we all know what McGregor can do. So Big John's in there and merit, so I've not got a problem with that. So for me, there's no really what you would call a number 1. The 2 of them are proven goalkeepers, so I'd be happy with any of the 2 of them. But John McLaughlin only keeps it for me because he's been consistent in the team that's not had any goals scored again, so he's got to be in there on Sunday, mate.
Southside, how's the game gone for you? What's the score?
2-0. I think it'll be a hard game. I think it'll be a hard game. You never get an easy game at Easter Road. Over the years we've been there and watched it. Sometimes we do no bad and we can give them a down now and again, but it's always usually a tight game. Hopefully they'll come out and have a wee go, and that'll open up a space for us. And if Hadji's on the park, he can maybe get on the ball and do what he does best, put the wee boys through and that, maybe pick up a foul here and there, and we can go on the road with a goal with a free kick. So it'll be a hard game, but I'll take 2-0 and just no injuries and just move on to Thursday.
And do you know who the referee is Sunday?
That's what I was just about to ask.
Oh, sorry, bud.
Kay Clancy, I think, Bridge.
By the way, we laugh. And maybe his twin.
And have you seen who the linesmen are, Bridge?
No.
Willie Collum and James Beaton.
Oh dear.
No, you're kidding me on. I was just going to say, I hope it's none of the 2 either. Oh, for God's sake.
He'll no sleep at night, JFK.
Yeah.
That'll be me until Sunday night.
Was he calls him cheating beating?
Cheating beating, I call him. Cheating beating.
Well,
is Dale still on?
Aye, I think so.
There,
it's just, I was saying he was a ball boy. When in 1977, 78. Jesus.
Yeah, no, 76, 77. Oxchair corrected me. I thought it was 75, 76, but I wasn't old enough.
I had a wee pal.
For what?
My wee pal stayed round the corner. He was a ball boy round about that age at that time, Robert Smith.
Oh, Robert Smith. No, I don't remember that. There's a couple of boys' names I can remember. But if he stayed round the corner...
Was there a little George?
Just remember, guys, you're on the internet. Don't be mentioning people's names.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I can't.
Anyway, and by the way, I was in contact for that tenor drummer just because of you, Dale boy. Anyway,
oh, you were?
Yeah, we've reached that time of the evening. It's over to Bridgman.
Oh, what another marvellous night, by the way, Oxter. Well done to you and the technical team. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, marvellous night. Thank you very much, everybody. Everybody, keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us, and they really do. Keep it going.
Can I thank Bournemouth and Big Stevie, who phoned us all the way from Turkey. Of course, Alex for joining us. Southside Bear, Dale, and Gary, and Big George and Little George. It's been a pleasure. Thanks to Bridgman and Kate for joining us as well. Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back at 11 o'clock on Sunday. Take it away, Old School Blue.
See you later, lads.
Ever since I recall, I have followed football, and ingrained in my heart are the Rangers FC. Through good and the bad times, of happy or sad, it will always be Rangers for me. Sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. And I vowed to my dad, if I would have a lad, I would show him the way, as he did on that day. And so here I stand with young Lyle by the hand, after walking down Paisley Road West. For when I was a lass, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. There's a great sense of pride that I feel deep inside as I'm watching the Jazz with my father and son. And it's sure safe to say, at the end of the game, win or lose, we will all follow on. For when I was a lass, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life.